A very warm welcome and thank you for joining us on today's live broadcast. I'm here to give us details concerning the totality of everything that's been happening in our country over the last couple of days and hours. Happy New Week, and it is my pleasure to have you. We have His Excellency Peter Obi, who has been on a tour in the UK, a thank you tour to the Obedients in diaspora. And today he's going to be joining them for a remarkable day of insight and connection, as he is going to be talking to the students on the role of African leaders and what they should play in fostering global citizenship and social responsibility at a joint session between Anglia Ruskin University and Cambridge University. This special event is going to take place today from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. and later this evening from 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. His Excellency Peter Obi will join the Obidients movement in the UK for his thank you tour, and this is a very fantastic opportunity for us to meet and greet with like-minded individuals, share experiences, and celebrate the power of community. And so if you are in these particular places, make it a point of duty to attend it. Don't miss out on this double dose of inspiration and connection. And the flyers are going to be displayed on your screen so that you can see exactly the details. The event schedule is 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. for the joint section at Anglia Ruskin University and Cambridge University, and then by 7:30 p.m. Obedience movements in the UK are going to be doing their thank you tour with His Excellency Peter Obi. Well, that is on His Excellency Peter Obi, so do well to join if you're particularly in these areas that is going to be happening. Well, moving on, we have Alex Oti and the drama that's been going on in Abia State concerning the missing airports. Recall that he made claims that the past government and the past administration of the immediate past governor, in the person of Governor Okezie-Ikpeazu, had received 10 billion naira, took a loan in Abia State's name for that was supposed to be for, a project, an airport, and at the end of his tenure, we did not see any project and there's no account for the 10 billion. Governor Alex Oti said he initiated a forensic audit of the Abia State government accounts to recover stolen public funds and not to witch hunt people. He disclosed this on Sunday during an interactive session with constituents of Isialangwa South State constituency in Isialangwa LGA. The governor said upon assumption of office as governor, he established an audit with the primary objective of recovering stolen government funds and not to send anyone particularly to jail. He further stated that the report of the audit has revealed that a lot of money was looted and stolen brazenly for non-existing projects, which include the Abia State Airport project. And in his words, he said, "I am looking for the airports for which funds were moved from the covers of the government form. People are concerned with the act of moving the airport project funds in question," and he went to the media to say all manner of things. He also said that if you're following the happenings in the media space, you would see these things there, and that the problem with lying is that when you tell one lie, you will need another lie to cover up the first one and need 3 more lies to cover the second one. And he said, "We are looking for our money and we must find our money. If we don't find the airports, then they will refund our money." What displayed on the screen is actually the Abia State government that authorized the use of their accounts to take 10 billion naira then from UBA PLC, and this was dated on the 14th day of October in 2020 under the government of Governor Okezie-Ikpeazu, who happens to be the former governor. An airport project, and we've not gotten to see the airport project, and we've also not gotten to see the 10 billion naira. And so that is what Governor Alex Oti is rightfully fighting for, because if you take taxpayers' money, you should make sure you account for it. If you don't give them the project, then you should refund the money. According to him, his government will not relent in improving the welfare of the citizenry through various progressive initiatives that will facilitate socioeconomic growth. He also mentioned that his government was determined to recover the funds and utilize it for the development of the states. Well, I particularly think it is really necessary for us to get this caveat of not just recovering stolen funds, but also to utilize it for the development of the states, because most times we get to see situations where people, even EFCC, they say the so person returned an amount of money and we don't get to see follow-up action to say this money that was returned, this is what we did with it. And so kudos to His Excellency Governor Alex Oti of Abia State, because he's made sure that this, his last 1 year in office, has paid off and actually brought good fruits to the people of Abia State. While still on Governor Alex Oti, we saw that over the last couple of weeks, there have been debates around the media concerning His Excellency P2B and his claims that he actually left over $155 million in the coffers of Anambra State when he was actually leaving office. Well, His Excellency Governor Alex Oti of Abia State has actually testified to this fact, to come out, and he has come out to say that yes, he was a witness to this particular money. And let's just take a soundbite from what he said.
About the money he left in Anambra State. Reasons I want to. There has been accusations and counter accusations about the money he left in Anambra State. And as a participant at that time in 2013-2014, I would like to again restate that P2B actually left the money he said he left. And I had documented it in my back page article that I wrote some 2 years ago on the 8th of June 2020. I happened to be the CEO of Diamond Bank at that time, and he came to my office. He wanted to leave the money in cash, and we said no. We strategized and said we'll invest the money in Euro bonds. I personally helped him exchange Naira to dollar, about $155 million, which were invested in the tier 2 capital of some of the banks, and then in some Euro bonds. Some of them have maturities up to 2023, so some of the monies have not matured.
And this is one of the perfect example of having people who can vouch for your integrity. So it goes beyond just trying to taint His Excellency P2B's name and character. We have people who can actually come out and attest to the fact that he's not just saying these things because he's trying to gain some kind of clout among Nigerians, but because truly he is a leader who knows his onions and someone who actually has a very transparent ability, especially when it has to do with managing public funds. That is our very own His Excellency P2B, and this is a testimony from Alex Oti to actually verify and actually attest to the fact that truly he was a witness to the over $155 million that His Excellency P2B left in the coffers of Anambra State when he was leaving government. Unlike this new governors we get to see, the ones who actually leave the states with over a lot of debt profile and debt burdens, and they inherit debts, inherit unpaid salaries of workers. So His Excellency P2B is actually not the norm, especially when it comes to Nigerian politics, and for that is the reason why we're solidly behind him for this new Nigeria that is very much possible. Well, moving on, we've seen a lot of drama regarding the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Expressway, the Coastal Road Superhighway, and we've gotten to see well-meaning Nigerians come out to say that this project has a lot of discrepancies to it. There is a conflict of interest in the federal government awarding the construction of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway to High-Tech Construction Company Limited. We recall that this project has been under public scrutiny, as well-meaning Nigerians have raised concerns on the transparency of this project and its timeliness considering the current economic climate. Well, Atiku, who happens to be one of the vocal opposition to the move by the federal government to construct a 700-kilometer Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road, which is expected to run through the shoreline of beach resorts in Lagos while traversing 8 other states. The contract award, funding and demolition of over 50 business entities along the Lagos shoreline has generated major criticism for the project. And Atiku, in one of his latest criticism, through a statement by his publicity secretary, said that the details surrounding the proposed infrastructure reeked of foul play, stating that Sheyi Tinubu, who is the son of the president, Bola Tinubu is a director on the board of CDK Integrated Industries, which happens to be a subsidiary of the Shagori Group, which is also the parent company of the high-tech construction company. This is the company that got the award, right, the contract award. The former vice president cited a recent report by the Paris-based African intelligence news agency that Sheyi is a formalized business partner with the owners of high-tech construction company. And reporters gathered that Sheyi is indeed listed as a director on the website of the CDK Integrated Industry, alongside Ronald Shagori, who happens to be at the helm of affairs at the CDK Integrated Industry. They manufacture ceramic tiles and sanitary towels and is one of the several subsidiary companies under the Shagori Group, including the High-Tech Construction Company Limited. And Chief Tinubu has been accused by different people of prioritizing his business interests and those of his family above the country's well-being. He claimed that the coastal highway project was rushed and without competitive bidding, which is something we all know. And thanks to the quality reporting of the African intelligence, our suspicions have been confirmed that Shagori and Tinubu are indeed business partners, and it is very formalized with Sheyi on the board of one of Shagori firms. This is the statement from Atiku by his publicity secretary. He went further to say that the awarding of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway was rushed and the environmental impact assessment report was not even completed. The right-of-way for the 700-kilometer stretch of the highway project was not secured. It was converted from a PPP to a government-funded project within the twinkle of an eye. We recall that Dave Humayi earlier had come to tell Nigerians that this project wasn't going to cost Nigeria a dime because it's going to be a public-funded project, right? So they were going to have construction companies actually build this road with their money and then get it back through toll gates and other means, right? For a period of, say, 10 years till they recover the money they used to actually build this road. But last minute, they just came up with no explanation to tell us that it is going to cost 4 billion naira per kilometers, and even when you do the calculation for it, it still doesn't amount to the 15 trillion that is being quoted on the budget for this particular project. So a lot of discrepancies has actually been surrounding this project. Not just the fact that it was given to the high-tech company without any form of public bidding, it is just shown that now we've seen that his son is on the board of this Shagori Group, and so we can see that they are playing, there's some kind of nepotism going on here, because it is actually going to favor not just himself but also his family and business interests. Well, the 500 million that was approved by the National Assembly for this project was ignored, while over 1 trillion was released by Tinubu's administration without approval from the National Assembly. Well, it is just sad to see, because to add insult to injury, the project is being done in an excess of $13 billion and it was awarded without any form of competitive bidding. From all indications, the so-called Badagry-Sokoto Highway would be awarded in a similar fashion and at an enormous cost to taxpayers, purely because Chief Tinubu has put his personal interest ahead of the Nigerian people. Well, this is just particularly sad to see, because considering the current climate, the economic climate of the Nigerian states right now, it is not very wise to actually indulge in such kind of cost-consuming projects, seeing that we have a lot of projects, a lot of building projects that is actually costing us more, and our roads are not even being maintained. The ones we have, they're not properly maintained. So what is the essence of actually putting a lot of taxpayers' money into something that we don't know when it's going to be finished? They're not even giving us a proper timeline. So we don't particularly laud Atiku, because we know he has his own discrepancies. But the truth is that anytime somebody says the truth, we at the Obidient Family TV, we're here to actually act as a competent opposition, right? And so not just Atiku that's come to actually open, raise alarm concerning the things revolving around this coastal highway. It is just very true that a lot is not being set in taking into consideration going on this project, and that is just particularly sad to see, because as a country in this current situation, we need to actively make decisions that are people-friendly, not the policies that this government is making that are majorly anti-people. Well, that is as much as we can take for now. I also want to remind you particularly of His Excellency P2B that is going to be in the UK today. So do not forget, if you live there or you are around these environs, this is actually a good time to network with well-meaning Nigerians and people of like mind so that we can actually brainstorm on ways to move Nigeria forward. And also it's a form of thank you to the Obedients in diaspora for the role they played in the last 2023 general elections. So moving on, I have to remind us before leaving the studio that we should not forget to like, share, and subscribe to this platform. That is the way you can amplify our voice and actually make well-meaning Nigerians know that the Obidient Family TV is actually live right now. And also, the Obedience Family Cooperative is gathering a lot of momentum. It is being registered in various local governments across Nigeria. And if you want to be part of this epoch-making event, you want to be part of the people who can rewrite the history of Nigeria, redefine our options against 2027, this is some form of grassroots mobilization. This is the mobilization we're doing from the scratch so that on that day of the election in 2027, we can know that we've done our homework. We're learning from the mistakes of the 2023 general election. So if you want to be part of this cooperative society, want to be part of this history-making events, follow the link that is going to be on the description box of this video to actually join the WhatsApp platform and have conversations with other Obedients and well-meaning Nigerians on how to move from consumption to production, as His Excellency P2B has always preached. Till I come your way next time, bye for now.